I didn't meet him until later. I tried to get into his class. He was teaching at Sandra Camera Dance Studio in New York, and it was always packed. And it was always like wait list. I think I finally made it into one, and I had the nerve to walk into the dressing room. I just started doing Yehudi.com, the website, and I had a little tape recorder, and I said, I'm gonna get an interview from Frankie Manning. So I go in, and I'm the scaredest person in the world because Frankie Manning's standing there, and I go up to him, hey, Mr. Manning. He's like, hey, how's it going? He's like, do you mind if I ask you a few questions for an interview? And of course, he's like, sure, you know, whatever. But it was like 5 of the silliest questions I could find. Like, one was boxers or briefs. That was the whole question. And he looked at me, and he goes, well, if it's a girl, it's briefs. If it's a boy, it's boxes. I said, all right, I'll take that. And I actually told this story at the memorial. I don't remember any other questions, but I just remember that being, he yes-anded me. It's like an improv thing. He completely went, okay, I'll follow this guy. You know, there was none of that, that's a silly question, ask me another one. He just went along with it. And like later, I got to know him a little more because I was in his like little private class that he had with just friends. And one night, I live in Queens, New York. He lives in Queens, but I didn't know it. And everyone was gathering around, and he said, Manu, where do you live? Because I was about to get on the subway. I was like, I'm gonna go on the subway. He said, where do you live? I said, Queens. He goes, where in Queens? I said, Corona. Where in Corona? I said, I live in Rego Park, near Lefrak City. He just looks at me and goes, get in the car. We get in the car, and I'm like, oh my God, Frankie Manning's driving me home. And I was like so scared, because he's like a bit of a crazy driver. He's a New York driver, right? So he knows how to weave in and out. But it was cool, because we just sat and talked about baseball and stuff, and he dropped me off at home, because I lived a block away from him. And when I got in my house, I was still living with my mom. I got in my house, I woke her up, I was like, Mom, guess who just dropped me home? Drove me home. She goes, who? Frankie Manning! She was like, ah! So he was always like that kind, that super kind. Frankie's the ambassador of Lindy Hop, and all of us need to be ambassadors of something that is so fun and unique like this dance. It's just fun. You just smile. You can't help but beam and glow when you're doing this dance. It's some weird thing. I don't know what it is, but it is. Maybe it's the swing, maybe it's the dance, but Frankie definitely is a piece of me that's always remembers him, always keeps him close to my heart, and what he stood for, you know, in the dance. And it was being an ambassador to everyone and everybody.